Your phone lights up, a familiar name, and for the first time, you don't feel guilt when you ignore it. Not anger, not sadness, just silence. And strangely, peace. That's what confuses people the most. Because we're living in what experts call a loneliness epidemic. Everyone is trying to connect more, reply faster, stay available. But you did the opposite. You stepped back. You cut people off. And instead of feeling empty, you felt lighter. So what actually changed? You weren't always like this. You used to be the reliable one, the one who listened for hours, the one who fixed problems that weren't yours, the one who stayed even when it drained you. You gave people access, unlimited, unfiltered, constant. And at first, it felt like connection, but over time, it became something else. Repetition. The same conversations, the same patterns, the same people taking without ever really giving. And your brain noticed. Here's the part most people don't understand. Your brain is constantly tracking emotional cost. Every ignored boundary, every one-sided conversation, every time you felt exhausted after interacting with someone. It stores all of it. Until one day, it decides this is no longer safe. Not physically, emotionally. So instead of reaching out, you withdraw. Not because you hate people, but because your system is trying to protect you. Psychology calls this emotional cutoff. It's what happens when your mind realizes that closeness comes with a price and you're no longer willing to pay it. And here's something important. People who cut others off aren't impulsive. They're observant. You didn't wake up one day and randomly disappear. You watched patterns. The friend who only shows up when they need something, the person who drains your energy every time you talk, the ones who cross the same line again and again. You saw it. You gave chances, probably more than you should have. But once your brain is sure, it doesn't hesitate. It closes the door. And that decision often feels cold from the outside, but internally, it feels like relief. Because there's a difference between loneliness and peace. Loneliness is wanting connection and not having it. Peace is realizing not all connection is worth keeping. And this is where most people get it wrong. They think cutting people off means you're avoiding relationships, but that's not always true. Sometimes it means you've raised your standards. There's a big difference between walls and boundaries. Walls block everyone. Boundaries filter. Walls are built from fear. Boundaries are built from awareness. So the real question isn't, why did you cut people off? It's, who actually deserves access to you now? Because once you experience calm, real calm, you stop tolerating chaos disguised as connection. You become selective. And yes, your circle gets smaller, but it also gets quieter, safer, more real. And maybe that's the part no one says out loud. Cutting people off isn't always about losing others. Sometimes it's about finally choosing yourself. So if you've been questioning it, if you've been wondering whether you're too distant, too cold, too much, you're not. You just stopped ignoring what your mind was trying to tell you for a long time. And now you're listening. If this made you think differently about your own choices, subscribe for more psychology videos like this. And remember, peace is expensive. Not everyone can afford access to it.